All right. Hello, everyone. So we're going to talk about image view in this video. Image view is an Android component to display images. Natch, but showing images is very important for an Android application. If you use good photos in your project, your design's going to look wonderful. So because of all this, the usage of the image view component is very important. So why don't we just go to Android Studio and learn image view while we practice. All right. So, we have a project from before, so let's continue to work from this project. The first thing we're going to need to do is add the image that we're going to display in the image view component right here into our project. So I'm sure you remember I was showing you that we add pictures to the Drawable folder. That rings a bell. So we're going to do all that right now. You can add images in a couple of different ways. First, you have to right-click on the Drawable folder and select Open in Explorer. Then, you should move the image that you want to add to the project to the Drawable folder from here. All right, so that's the first method. You already know that method. So now let's have a look at the second method. So this way, you got to copy the image that you want to add to the project. After that, you just right-click on the Drawable folder and select the Paste option. And from here, you just select the Drawable folder, not the Drawable v24 folder. And then also, the name of the picture that you're going to add to the Drawable folder has to be lowercase letters. And if it's longer than one word, no spaces whatsoever. You can, of course, use underscores to separate words, so that's not a problem. Otherwise, you will get an error. You just can't forget that, that's all. Unless you like getting errors, I don't know. Anyway, and there you see it. Using both methods, you can add any images that you want into your project. So, now that we've done that, we can learn about the image view component. All right, so adding an image view to this project. First of all, where is image view? Well, it is inside the palette window, and it's under the widgets on the left-hand side of Android Studio. So I am going to drag the image view and drop it under the linear layout. So that puts it as the first component. This is a linear layout, and its orientation is vertical. So because of this, all the components are going to take a place from top to bottom. So when I drop the image view, a new window opens up. And this window is the Resources window. So here, I need to choose a picture for this image view. See how that works. I'm going to select the image that I just added to the project, click OK. So now I can see this picture in the design area, but there is a problem. Do you see it? Well, because I cannot see other components. All right? Now, what's the reason for that? The height of the image view. Wrap content. Also, the size of my image. Way too big. So when the image view uses wrap content for height, the image covers all the screen from top to bottom. So I need to change the layout height and layout width to 300. Okay, so now you can see all the components in the design area. Also, if you notice, and when you pay attention to this, okay, so the image view component is in the center of the screen horizontally because I choose the layout gravity property to center horizontal. You remember that for this linear layout. Last video. And that way all the components are placed center of the screen horizontally. So if you look at it carefully, you can see that the image is placed inside the center of the image view. Now, if you want your image to cover all the image view component, well, you should choose the size of the image exactly the same as the image view. Right? You know what I'm saying, right? I'll give you an example. If the size of your image view is 300 by 300, the size of your image should also be 300 by 300, or vice versa, whatever. But we could also do some arrangements within the image view. So I'm going to go to the scale type property, and that's in the attribute section, and choose from here a few options. Now, if I were to choose the fit start, the image is going to take the place from the start position. If I choose the fit center, image will be seen in the center. And if I choose the fit end option, it's going to take its place from the end position. Now, what happens if I choose fit XY? Well, the image is going to cover all of the image view, but the image will be enlarged and it might not look very good. So because of this, the fit center option is often a very good option, but naturally it's up to you and what the image is. All right. So these are only some of the things that we can do on the design page. We can also do a few things on the Kotlin side using Kotlin code. But before going to the Kotlin side, I will need to give an ID to this image view, right? So I'm going to give the image example as the ID. Okay, so what can I do here? For example, when I click on the OK button, the image in the image view component is going to change, right? So I will see another image inside the image view. So how do I do that? Well, we'll go to the main activity.kt file and start there, okay? So first, I'll define this image view on the Kotlin side. I need to write late init var image image view. I'll give image as its name, and you can, of course, name it whatever you want. But now I need to define its ID inside the onCreate method. And I'll write image equals find view by ID. And inside the parenthesis, r.id.image example. So now I can do every operation on the image view using the image word, right? So I'll write operation codes inside the click listener of the OK button. Now, let's turn the codes that we wrote in the previous lesson into a comment line. So if you just put a double slash at the beginning of the code, you will only comment out a single line. If you use slash and the asterisk, you can also comment out multiple lines. Okay, so now we can write the necessary code. I'm going to write image.setImageResource, and this function is used to change an image in the image view. But before I continue with that, I do need to do one more thing. How about a second image to my project? So I can right-click on the Drawable folder on the left side of Android Studio and choose Open in Explorer. After that, the Drawable folder is opened. Inside the Drawable folder, I have one picture. Its name is First Image. So I can add a new image to this folder and make its name Second Image. All right. That way, when I close this folder, I can see the second image in my project. So now I can call this image, and I will write inside the parenthesis r.drawable.secondImage. All right, so now that everything is okay, when I click on that OK button, the image is going to change to the second image. So let's run it and see how it works. Yeah, so the application opens. When I click the OK button, the image changes, just like that. All right? So that gives you an example of how it works, and that'll work like that for a variety of operations. But it's enough for this video. So I want to see you in the next video. All right? We're going to do some other stuff. See you on the other side.